Narrated by Al-Bara. The Prophet peace be upon him went towards al-Baqi, the graveyard at Medina, on the day of Eid al-Adha and offered a 2-rak'at prayer, of Eid al-Adha, and then faced us and said, on this day of ours, our first act of worship is the offering of prayer, and then we will return and slaughter the sacrifice, and whoever does this concords with our sunnah, and whoever slaughtered his sacrifice before that, before the prayer, then that was a thing which he prepared earlier for his family, and it would not be considered as an ashuk, sacrifice. A man stood up and said, O Allah's Messenger peace be upon him, I slaughtered the animal before the prayer, but I have a young she-goat which is better than an older sheep. The Prophet peace be upon him said to him, slaughter it. But a similar sacrifice will not be sufficient for anybody else after you. Narrated by Abdurrahman bin Abbas. Ibn Abbas was asked whether he had joined the Prophet peace be upon him in the Eid prayer. He said, yes. And I could not have joined him had I not been young. The Prophet peace be upon him came out, till he reached the mark which was near the house of Kathir bin As-Salt, offered the prayer, delivered the khutbah, and then went towards the women. Bilal was accompanying him. He preached to them and advised them and ordered them to give alms. I saw the women putting their ornaments with their outstretched hands into Bilal's garment. Then the Prophet peace be upon him along with Bilal returned home. Narrated by Ibn Jurayj. Atta told me that he had heard Jabir bin Abdullah saying, the Prophet peace be upon him stood up to offer the prayer of the Eid al-Fitr. He first offered the prayer and then delivered the khutbah. After finishing it he got down, from the pulpit, and went towards the women and advised them while he was leaning on Bilal's hand. Bilal was spreading out his garment where the women were putting their alms. I asked Atta whether it was the zakat of Eid al-Fitr. He said, no, it was just alms given at that time. Some lady put her finger ring and the others would do the same. I said, to Atta, do you think that it is incumbent upon the Imam to give advice to the women, on Eid day? He said, no doubt, it is incumbent upon the Imams to do so, and why should they not do so? Narrated by Ibn Abbas. I attained with the Prophet, Abu Bakr, Umar, and Uthman in the Eid al-Fitr prayers. They used to offer the prayer before the khutbah and then they used to deliver the khutbah afterwards. Once the Prophet peace be upon him came out for the Eid prayer as if I were just observing him waving to the people to sit down. He, then accompanied by Bilal, came crossing the rows till he reached the women. He recited the following verse. O Prophet! When the believing women come to you, pledging to you that they will neither associate anything with Allah in worship, nor steal, nor fornicate, nor kill their children, nor falsely attribute illegitimate children to their husbands, nor disobey you in what is right, then accept their pledge, and ask Allah to forgive them. Surely Allah is all-forgiving, most merciful. Surah 60 verse 12. After finishing the recitation he said, O ladies! Are you fulfilling your covenant? None except one woman said, yes. Hassan did not know who was that woman. The Prophet peace be upon him said, then give alms. Bilal spread his garment and said, keep on giving alms. Let my father and mother sacrifice their lives for you, ladies. So the ladies kept on putting their fatks, big rings, and other kinds of rings in Bilal's garment. Abdur Razak said, fatks is a big ring which used to be worn in the pre-Islamic period of ignorance. Narrated by Ayub. Hafsa bint Sirin said, on Eid we used to forbid our girls to go out for Eid prayer. A lady came and stayed at the palace of Bani Khalaf and I went to her. She said, the husband of my sister took part in 12 holy battles along with the Prophet peace be upon him, and my sister was with her husband in 6 of them. My sister said that they used to nurse the sick and treat the wounded. Once she asked, "O Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, if a woman has no veil, is there any harm if she does not come out on Eid day?" The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Her companion should let her share her veil with her, and the women should participate in the good deeds and in the religious gatherings of the believers." Hafsa added, "When Ahmadiyya came, I went to her and asked her, 'Did you hear anything about so and so?' Ahmadiyya said, 'Yes, let my father be sacrificed for the Prophet, peace be upon him.' And whenever she mentioned the name of the Prophet, peace be upon him, she always used to say, 'Let my father be sacrificed for him.'" He said, "Virgin mature girls staying often screened," or said, "mature girls and virgins staying often screened." Ayub is not sure as which was right, and menstruating women should come out on the Eid day. But the menstruating women should keep away from the musalla. And all the women should participate in the good deeds and in the religious gatherings of the believers. Hafsa said, "On that I said to Ahmadiyya, also those who are menstruating." Ahmadiyya replied, "Yes. Do they not present themselves at Arafat and elsewhere?"